Happy Friday, Wenatchee Valley. Happy Friday, North Central Washington. We're back on this Friday. It is the day before the weekend, 5th day of April 2019. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Thanks for starting your day with us here on the NCW Live channel. It's Friday. You know what that means. 5-star show for you. We promise you a 5-star show or double your television viewing pleasure back. That's the kind of people we are. Monday, we're here, and we work, but we don't work real hard. I'm speaking of Megan and I. And then on Tuesday, it's like Monday. Wednesday, like Monday and Tuesday. Thursday, we bear down, we lean forward, we try a little bit harder to give you a decent show. And then on Friday, it's a 5-star show. And if you like rainy, stormy weather, we have a 5-star weather forecast. We're going to get wet. It's wet right now. It's raining lightly, has been off and on for most of the overnight hours. And we're going to be dealing with rain all the way through probably Monday night or Tuesday of next week. We have a very stormy forecast. And that's not a dramatic storm. It's not batten down the hatches and start building an arc. It's just a whole series of frontals that are just going to whip on in here and give us some rain. Snow in the higher elevations, although it's going to be above 4,000 feet. So no problems on the passes. No real flooding issues are expected either, unless you have to, live in an area where there's very poor drainage. But we are going to be wet for today and right on into the weekend. Forecast details are coming up. We have the news. There is a lot of news to get to. Sports, we got highlights from Eastmont's victory in Game 1 of their doubleheader against Sunnyside. They won both games rather handily. We got highlights when we get to sports, plus we'll preview the weekend and sports activities. Huge game tonight for the Wenatchee Wild. They need a big turnout. They're down 3-1. Now, they have been in the hole during the BCHL playoffs, but not this big of a hole. They need a victory tonight or their season comes to an end. Vernon Vipers in town, 7:05. We'll preview that when we get to sports. We also have the Obscure Holiday, which is a day I celebrate every work day. We'll talk about that. We also have, of course, birthdays and today in history, and everyone is entitled to Mike McNally's opinion. And in the second half of the program, we visited with Lisa Bradshaw, the host of Life with Lisa Bradshaw. She's on the road, as you well know, her Don't Wait Project Tour, year number 2. We talked to her via Skype a couple of days ago. She is in northern Mississippi. We'll catch up with Lisa in the back half of the program. If you're ready, I'm ready. So let's see what's going on around the Wenatchee Valley at 3 minutes after the hour. Our Valley View cameras, courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless. That is the cross camera located on a tower right next to the cross at the tip of Wenatchee Heights. And boy, are we greening up in a big way. And we're going to continue to green up in a big way with this rain. And we need the rain, by the way. We're behind our normal rain amount during the rainy season. So we could use the wet stuff, and we're going to get it. So that's a good shot of the Wenatchee Valley. You can see the clouds. The rain is kind of tapered off a little bit, but it's coming back. Good morning, Wenatchee Valley. From this point forward, I don't know where we're going. Megan gets to decide. She surprises all of us, and she has surprised me by, as I look at that, and I want to say, is that the Steins Hill camera that's been moved a little bit, Megan? You got to help me out here. She's giving me the thumbs down. So now I'm going to guess again. That's got to be the Wenatchee River. Let's see. I see orchards and mountains and lions and tigers and bears. Oh, my. I don't know what we're looking at. I give up. It was worth a shot. It's beautiful, whatever it is. There you go. If you know, good for you, because I don't. Camera number 3. Oh, so much about a 5-star show. Union Valley? I'm looking. Yeah, I got a thumbs up. Union Valley. There you go. There's beautiful Lake Chelan. Once again, Lake Chelan, for those of you just joining us, is full of water and will continue to be full of water for the remainder of the year. The Union Valley camera looking down over Chelan. Camera number 4 is the Tumwater Canyon camera. Is that correct, Megan? Yes. Well, I got 3 out of 4. That ain't bad. Good morning, Leavenworth. It's good to have you. This camera is located high atop a bluff right before you head on in to the Tumwater Canyon, on your way to Winton, on your way to Cole's Corner, on your way to Lake Wenatchee, on your way to Startup, Sultan, Bering, downtown Bering. I love Bering. Yeah, when I'm going to retire, I'm going to move to Bering, I think. And that is looking right back down towards the Wenatchee Valley. All of these cameras courtesy of Localtel's Sky-Fi high-speed wireless. Some people just talk about the weather. Here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, we really talk about the weather. Here's your forecast from the National Weather Service, and there you go. Just one moist storm system after another is going to move through, so we're talking periodic rain, 4,500 feet or so, and above that you're going to get a little bit of light snow. Going to be breezy at times. You can even see a thunderstorm today. In fact, we have a slide to give you an idea of the timing of the rain and where it is. So the top graph is the temperature. This goes from, on the far left is right now all the way into the weekend. The middle graph is the precipitation percentage, or the odds are what kind of rain you're going to get. And then the very bottom graph is how much rain we're going to get. So there you go. It tapers off in the overnight hours. That's the gray area. And then, so wouldn't you know it, during the daylight hours, we're going to get most of the rain. And in the evening hours is when the rain tapers off. So rain today, off and on again, maybe even a thunderstorm late this afternoon. High of about 60 degrees, which is about normal. A little bit of light rain tonight. Clouds will dissipate a little bit tonight, but don't get used to that. Overnight low of about 38, and then showers likely pretty much Saturday afternoon. So if you're going to be out and about Saturday afternoon, it doesn't really matter what it is, you're going to want to pack an umbrella, because that's going to be the heaviest rain, even up to a quarter of an inch possible Saturday, spilling into Saturday night. More rain Saturday night. Rain likely Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon should be dry, and then we have another system Sunday night into Monday. By the time we get to Monday afternoon, we'll be back to partly sunny skies. But as you can see, really from right now all the way through Sunday night into Monday, we are going to be wet, intermittent rain showers. Again, no real flooding concern. The temperatures are really just about normal. But some much needed rain is coming our way for the Wenatchee Valley. It's 7 minutes after the hour on this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. When we come back, your news. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley live from Studio 9 in downtown Wenatchee on the NCW Life Channel.
Hi, I'm Jim Heinlein, agent here at Senior Insurances of North Central Washington, where we help our clients navigate the Medicare world. One of the things we really enjoy doing is teaching our clients about their rights. Like, did you know that if you have a traditional Medicare supplement, you can change that monthly all year long, regardless of prior health conditions? So if you'd like to know more about your options with Medicare, you can visit us at one of our 5 local offices, as well as give us a call at 888-2600.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Welcome back. 9 minutes after the hour. Light rain coming down outside of our studios. 46 degrees. Rain off and on throughout the course of the day today. Tapers off tonight. Rain on Saturday, especially Saturday afternoon. And then, well, Sunday we're going to be a little wet. Here's what's making news. A high-speed chase in East Wenatchee ended in a crash early Tuesday morning after reaching speeds of almost 115 miles an hour at one point. 30-year-old Dustin Ray Smith charged Tuesday in Douglas County Superior Court with eluding police, reckless driving, and driving without a license. Around midnight Tuesday morning, East Wenatchee police say Smith was driving erratically on Sunset Highway after a police car appeared behind him. Smith then sped through an East Wenatchee Hotel parking lot, sped onto Valley Mall Parkway, then off to Eastmont Avenue, where he ran several stop signs, got up to 60 miles an hour. And then he got to Grant Road, and Smith sped up to over 100 miles an hour before he flipped his car on its top at those S-curves near Pangbourne Memorial Airport. He had previous convictions for third-degree assault in 2011 and morphine possession in 2015. He was treated at Central Washington Hospital for minor injuries. SWAT teams raided 2 suspected drug houses, and that resulted in 3 arrests along with a cache of cocaine, cash, and guns. The Columbia River Drug Task Force reported on Wednesday that search warrants were served in the 800 block of Malaga-Alcoa Highway and the 1500 block of Cashmere Street. In Wenatchee, the warrants were the result of investigations and drug buys, controlled drug buys conducted by the detectives. Officials say in a news release the Malaga-Alcoa Highway location, approximately 9 acres in size, had a number of structures on it, so it made it a rather complex area to safely clear and search. SWAT teams from Chelan and Douglas County secured the property. And while securing the property, detectives located and seized approximately 2 pounds of cocaine, 2 firearms, packing materials for the distribution of cocaine, and over $80,000 in cash. The property owner, 52-year-old Cesar Mora Sr. of Wenatchee, arrested and booked into the Chelan County Regional Justice Center. Also arrested for an alien in possession of a firearm, 54-year-old Rene Rodriguez. And then they went to the 1500 block of Cashmere Street in Wenatchee, and that's where 55-year-old Jose Valdez of Wenatchee was arrested on existing probable cause for 4 counts of delivery of a controlled substance. Speaking of drugs, it's 2 strikes, and you're out for a Moses Lake woman who was arrested Thursday morning for allegedly dealing methamphetamine for the 2nd time in 4 months. According to Moses Lake police, a search warrant was served in the residence of the 1100 block of Hill Street in Moses Lake. That's where 38-year-old Sonia Adami was arrested for possession of methamphetamine. Adami was originally arrested in December for possession of meth with intent to deliver near a school zone. Shortly after her release and while she was awaiting trial, police began receiving complaints that she was selling drugs. Once again, Moses Lake police said while evidence is still being processed, methamphetamine was located inside the residence. Authorities say additional charges are pending. Well, despite significant snow in parts of Washington state, water supply shortages are projected in the Methow, Okanagan, and Upper Yakima basins. That's prompted Governor Jay Inslee to declare a drought emergency for those watersheds. The Methow is projected at 72% of normal. The Okanagan is expected to be at 58% of normal. So those areas declared in a drought emergency, they're prime agricultural regions, and they stand to lose valuable crops if they have water supply shortages this spring and summer. The director of the Washington State Department of Ecology says her department has been keeping a close eye on water supplies in north central Washington throughout the winter, and she felt it was important to start preparing for potential shortages as soon as possible. The Department of Ecology is requesting $2 million from the State Office of Financial Management for drought response programs. Speaking of water, fines paid for water quality violations in our state over the last few years will fund $331,000 in projects designed to restore local ecosystems, some of those right here in north central Washington. The Department of Ecology has granted $16,900 to the Chelan County Department of Natural Resources to remove about 10,000 pounds of illegally dumped material from Eagle Creek and to support a larger restoration effort to replant a section of bank along Mission Creek in Cashmere. And up in Okanagan County, it's $25,833. That's going to go to the Cascade Columbia Fisheries Enhancement Group to restore forest and enhance floodplain conditions on a 1.5-mile stretch of the Methow River near Winthrop. Well, what's going on this weekend? I don't know, but we pay Megan McPherson to tell us what's going on this weekend. Your weekend events. Here you go.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. Head to the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center for First Friday, the 40th Annual Regional High School Art Show in cooperation with the North Central Educational Services District and the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction is coming to a close. Don't miss this chance to see artwork from students in Chelan, Douglas, Grant, and Okanagan counties. Admission is free all day starting at 10, and hours are extended to 8 with light refreshments and snacks offered after 5. Head over to Leavenworth this weekend for several exciting events. Your favorite festival artists and former students return to the Canyon Run Recital Hall for the first ever Spring Chamber Music Festival this Friday and Saturday. Get your tickets at icicle.org. Taste Leavenworth is this Saturday through Sunday and is a culinary crawl through town. Your passport is packed with juicy coupons redeemable for locally made, locally sourced, or pair-inspired delights throughout Leavenworth. There's even a Taste Leavenworth coupon book for kids too with delicious treats. Come enjoy a variety of sweets, savories, and refreshments. Tickets are on sale online now, and day of tickets will be determined by availability. And finally, the 7th annual Leavenworth Mountain Film Festival takes place this Friday and Saturday at the Leavenworth Fest Hall. This event showcases the best recent short films with a focus on outdoor pursuits and the natural world. Come see these great films and intermission performances while enjoying your beverage of choice. Friday is Come As You Are, and Saturday is Dressed to the Nines. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. and films start at 7. For more information on this weekend's events and others, visit the community calendar at ncwlife.com.
Thank you very much, Megan. And once again, a friendly reminder, outdoor activities this weekend, do it. It's just that you may get wet, especially Saturday afternoon. The news with Grant Olson will come your way at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight, 5, 6, and 10. Those are your 3 chances to watch the news on television, or as we like to say in the business anyway, TV. Grant with the news. Also the weather forecast at 5, 6, and 10. You can watch it via our website on the live stream, or you can watch it whenever you want to on demand. The newscast will be up and running and posted on our website just about 5 o'clock every Monday through Friday. At the bottom of your screen is all the different ways you can get a hold of us. You can pick up the telephone and give us a call. You can send us an email. You can go to our Facebook page and message us. We have a Twitter handle. We have the website, ncwlife.com. Click on the icon there to contact us, and you're contacting us by doing that. Technology is a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's just about 17 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a break. When we come back, sports. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Is this really what we're going to do on our girls' night out?
We should go to Club Crow.
The bar and grill in Kashmir?
Yeah, let's go.
Looking for a fun-filled, friendly hometown atmosphere? Club Crow Bar and Grill in Kashmir is the place to be. Hi, this is Justin. Here at Club Crow, we have full bar and restaurant, live music, a dance floor, pool tables, pull tabs, and live jam sessions the first Sunday of every month. Club Crow in Kashmir, the coolest place in town.
Minutes after the hour on this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Dan Kuntz. Sports, it is a must-win game tonight for the Wenatchee Wild. They're hosting the Interior Division Finals. Vernon is in town, and of course they're down 3-1. Vernon won both games up in British Columbia, so it's a 3-1 series now. And the Wild is going to have to play, unfortunately, without left winger Brian Adams. He's a lefty from San Ramon, California. On Wednesday night, he was hit hard from behind by Landon Fuller. Adams injured, Fuller suspended by the BCHL. That means Wenatchee's going to be without Adams and his 4 goals and 3 assists in the playoffs. According to Coach Bliss Littler, he says they're going to have to make some adjustments and probably not to be able to play as loose as they like. Anyway, you slice it. Wild have to win tonight to force a Game 6 back in Vernon Sunday if Wenatchee can muster 2 wins in a row. By the way, Game 7 back at the Wolves' Den on Tuesday, but they got to get the job done tonight. Game 5. 7:05 tonight at the Town Toyota Center. Go Wild. The Eastmont Wildcats hosted the Sunnyside Grizzlies yesterday. Big 9 doubleheader. As you can see, they had no real problems at all. They won the opening game at the Twin Bill 12-2 and 18-0 in the second game. Our cameras were there for Game 1. It'll air tonight at 7 o'clock with a little taste of Game 1. Here's Joel Norman on the call.
Conventionally and historically, the best hitter on a team has hit third. Manning hit this over to third, handled by Nieto, checks the runner, fires over to first. They can't be handled by the first baseman, Mendoza. Already off and running on the throw was Massey. He will come all the way around to score. Great base running by Massey as he scores on the error by the third baseman, Nieto. Coming set right now. Kicks and delivers from the stretch. Swung on, that's going to get in for a base hit. This might give Eastmont the lead. Coming around third and scoring is Banning, and right behind him is Schneider as the cutoff throw could not be handled. So it's a 2 RBI single for Austin Popoff, and the Eastmont Wildcats now lead the Sunnyside Grizzlies 3-2. Southpaw taking his time with a full windup, delivers. Swung on and hit over to short. Rodriguez had a little trouble at first reading it, but tosses over to first, so that will retire Massey. But coming in to score on the RBI ground out is Brown, and it's now 5-2 Eastmont here in the second. 2 balls and 1 strike. Ed Allmagur kicks and fires. Swung on, and that's going to get down for a base hit, bringing at least 1 in. Coming in to score is 1 run. That's Kimmerly, and right behind him, Cortez, the courtesy runner, will come in as well. He was on his high horses, and he does his job. It's now 7-2 Eastmont.
Eastmont would capitalize on 6 Grizzly errors to go on for the 12-2 win in 6 innings. They 10-runned them. Kayla Massey led the way offensively, 4 for 5, 4 RBIs, scored a couple of runs, and you can watch that game in its entirety tonight at 7 o'clock right here on the NCW Live channel. Also, in Big Nine play yesterday, Davis handed Wenatchee their first league losses of the year. They swept the Panthers in Yakima 8-2 and 4-2. And in a non-league game for Chelan, the Goats victorious over Warden 13-7. Les Schwab Prep Soccer scoreboard yesterday. Kashmir edged Brewster 1-0. That was the only one on the schedule, but there's stuff on the schedule today. Brewster will host Chelan at 4:30. Tonight, Wenatchee travels to Davis. Big match here. They got the Pirates at 7 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow, Manson hosts Omak in the morning at 11, and then later on, it's Meridian at Cascade at 1 o'clock on the pitch. On the prep baseball schedule today, Cascade hosts Meridian at 11. Kashmir has a doubleheader at Tenaska starting at 3. Tomorrow, you got Connell at Chelan, Twin Bill. They start at 11. Cascade will host Manson at Twin Bill, also at 11. Wenatchee and Eastmont have a makeup game tomorrow afternoon at Dan White Field at 2 o'clock, and it will probably be wet. Not much in the softball schedule, pretty slim. Mount Baker plays the first of 2 games at Cascade this afternoon at 1, and Kashmir has a date with Tenaska today at 3. For Wenatchee Valley Skyhawks fans, it's deja vu all over again. The Reno Express back in town. Another indoor football game Sunday at the Town Toyota Center. Of course, Wenatchee beat Reno in their very first home game. That was a week ago Thursday, 35-21. They're 1-1 on the year. The Express also coming into Sunday's game at 1-1 kickoff, 6 o'clock Sunday night. After a rainout yesterday, Mariners ready to help Chicago celebrate their home opener today. First pitch is set for 11:10 this morning. Mariners will send Yusei Kikuchi to the mound against the White Sox Ronaldo Lopez. The 3-game series continues tomorrow and Sunday. And finally, of course, the Final Four. We will take one more step closer to find out who's going to be the national champion. The men's Final Four tips off Saturday. First game, Auburn and Virginia at 3:09. Second game features Texas Tech and Virginia at 5:49, being televised on CBS. The national championship is Monday at 6 o'clock, and those are just some of the games that people are playing on this Friday. It is the first Friday of April, and that means today is National Walk to Work Day. Medical research has shown that walking is one of the best ways to stay healthy and keep your body in shape. I walk to work every day. I don't have to walk real far. I'll just tell you that much. It's always observed on the first Friday of April. So this is the day we put on a comfortable pair of shoes, and instead of driving your car, walk to work. Now, if you're unable to walk to work, as it's simply just too far, you know, I live in Manson, but I work in Wenatchee. That's impractical. Take public transportation. Walk to the bus stop. That gets the job done. By the way, the average person, the average adult, uses 200 muscles in his or her body to take one step forward. It takes 200 muscles. That's why it's so good for you. And one of the reasons that people aren't in best shape that they used to be is that back in the old days, people walked everywhere. There was no mass transportation. Walk to work day today. It's good for you. Stop and smell the roses today in history. 3 events to touch on. People forget that the Mayflower, sailed from, London to Plymouth, Massachusetts. It also sailed back. And it started sailing back from Plymouth, Massachusetts to London, England on this date, April 5th, 1621, 398 years ago. A lot easier trip back to London than it was from London to Plymouth. For one thing, there was nothing in the ship. All the people had gotten off, So they had to get ballast. They took all these big stones from Plymouth Harbor and they put it in the hold of the ships just so the ship could settle down to the water a little bit. And it only took them half the time to get from Plymouth, Massachusetts to London, England than it did to go from London to Plymouth because they didn't have anything in the boat. And they had the westerly winds, and that helped them along. And they knew the route. In fact, it took them half the time. It took less than half the time to sail from Plymouth, Massachusetts to London than it did from London to Plymouth. And it happened on this date, the return trip 398 years ago today. April 5th, 1958. Check out this video. This is pretty fascinating. Ripple Rock was an underwater threat in the Seymour Narrows in Canada. Basically, Ripple Rock was an underwater mountain whose summit was only 9 feet below the surface of the water, and ships kept running into it and sinking. And that's bad. And so they said, we got to do something about this. So you know what they did 61 years ago today? In the largest non-nuclear controlled explosion of all time, they blew it up. Yeah, they blew it up. They planted a bunch of explosives. They dug a big tunnel, and boom, there it is. They just simply blew up the very top of Ripple Rock, so now ships could go through without running into the rock. and sinking. Actually, were two peaks. One peak was just 9 feet below the surface. The other one was 21 feet below the surface. After they blew up the top, no problems. Now they're 50 feet below the surface. They blew up Ripple Rock in an amazing engineering feat in Canada on this date 61 years ago today. Pretty fascinating video. And finally, this is the anniversary of the longest suspension bridge in the world. The Akashi Keikyo Bridge in Japan opened to traffic on this date in 1998, 21 years ago today. The central span between the two towers is 1.25 miles long. That's long, 6,532 feet. By comparison, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, the distance between those two support towers is only about 4,200 feet. That is a long way between support towers, and that bridge opened on this date 21 years ago today. And finally, at 25 minutes after the hour, 3 birthdays and an anniversary to get to all of these legendary actors, and they were all born on the same date. Spencer Tracy was born April 5th, 1900, died in 1967. The major star of Hollywood's golden age, nominated for 9 Academy Awards for Best Actor. He won a couple. Not bad. Spencer Tracy, a lot of people think he still was the greatest actor this country ever produced. Spencer Tracy was born in this state in 1900. Betty Davis, the first female president of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, 2-time Academy Award winner for Best Actress, and the first person ever to garner 10 Academy Award nominations for acting. That's been surpassed since then, but that's a lot of Academy Awards nominations. Betty Davis was born in the state in 1908, and Gregory Peck, the legendary Gregory Peck, was born in the state in 1916, passed away at the age of 87. Always be known as Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird. He won an Academy Award nomination for that. He had a whole bunch of Academy Award nominations. Very good actor. Gregory Peck was born in the state in 1916, and we want to wish Eric's folks a happy anniversary. The Granstroms, there they are. It's their 57th anniversary today. Way to go. 57 years for the parents of our very own beloved Eric Granstrom. Happy anniversary to you folks. Before we take a break and find out what's on Mike Magnotti's mind, a friendly word about Campbell's. It's April 5th. You got 10 more days to take advantage of this incredible locals discount at Campbell's Resort, celebrating their 118th anniversary on the shores of beautiful Lake Chelan. This is the time to get up there and enjoy Campbell's before things go touristy, if you will. It starts at just $95 a night. $95 a night. That's the starting rate for locals only, and that's us. Take advantage of it. You got to between now and April 15th. Just give Campbell's a call. Say, hey, I live in your neck of the woods. I want to go up and stay at your fine facility, and I like the fact that this starts at just $95 a night. That's pretty good. Only between now and April 15th. We're going to take a break. Still to come, my conversation with Lisa Bradshaw via Skype on the Life with Lisa Don't Wait Project Tour. But before we get to that, everyone is entitled to my Magnotti's opinion. That's coming up next. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
What's your Automocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate for pita.
Definitely the espresso shakes.
My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
RLS Productions is proud to bring to the NCW Life Channel the Concerts in the Gardens Summer Series held at Omi Gardens. The series features performances from Rare Earth's Peter Rivera, Heart by Heart, Too Slim and the Tail Draggers, The Infinity Project, the Wenatchee Swingin' Big Band, and a whole host of other great acts. Tune in Wednesdays at 1:30 and 7 p.m. and Fridays and Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. and 9 p.m. RLS Productions Concerts in the Gardens Summer Series, only on the NCW Life Channel.
We get to a point where people are really like, okay, I have these weird things going on, and they just lay it all out with us, and you can tell they're like kind of embarrassed, and we're like, we've heard it all, we love this, and we know exactly what you're talking about. And you can tell they're like, you know, they came in thinking, how am I going to talk about this?
To me, there's nothing else in the world quite as special as when a baby is born, and why would I want to do anything else?
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Hey, this is Mike, Mad Dog Magnati, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, there's an old saying, clothes make the man. Really? This seems kind of naive and prejudicial to me. Just because some guy is nicely dressed, does that mean he's a better man, a man of greater integrity and character than someone who's less well-dressed? Now, granted, a person's outward appearance can sometimes be an expression of their inner personality. Actually, quite often, clothing-wise, that's the effect many people are after. But let's face it, just because somebody's dressed nice, it doesn't mean they are nice. Now, this is Mike, Mad Dog Magnati, and that's my opinion.
Hello, friends. I'm Manny Sanchez, the new General Sales Manager at Town Nissan. We are making some exciting changes here, but first, we have to do a little spring cleaning. That's why I've told the crew everything on the lot needs to go immediately with no reasonable offer refused. So come on down to Town Nissan behind Costco in East Wenatchee for our big spring cleaning sale. Wow, these guys are good.
Where will you be a year from now? You could be working as a medical assistant. The Charter College Medical Assistant Certificate Program gets you work ready in 10 months. Add 5 more months to earn an associate degree. We prepare you with hands-on training and support you after graduation with job search help and interview skills. Institutionally accredited by the Accrediting Bureau of Health Education Schools, Charter has been training healthcare professionals for more than 30 years. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine-in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go, our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
That's pretty much it. It's a great house, great neighborhood.
It's great. Sam's still getting used to the idea of moving.
Sam, you play basketball?
Yeah.
Let me show you something. Now I'm thinking, you put your hoop right here, and you even got enough room for a three-point line. One of the things I've noticed is that if you got a hoop in your driveway, you make friends real fast.
At Coldwell Banker Levine, our agents don't just understand real estate, they understand what home is all about.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Once a week, we are endeavoring to visit via Skype with Lisa Bradshaw, the host of Life with Lisa Bradshaw. She is on her Don't Wait Project tour. Last time we checked in with you, Lisa, you were in Austin on your way to Dallas. That was last week, so obviously our first question
That
is...
seems like a long time ago.
Yeah, it does probably for you. On the road trips can get long. So where are you now?
I am in West Point, Mississippi, northern Mississippi.
Okay.
Since I talked to you last, we left Dallas and went to Baton Rouge, and then a small town outside of Lafayette, and then to Jackson, Mississippi. We stayed on an urban farm there, 68-acre farm, and got our story there, and came here yesterday. And it's so beautiful here. We're right by a river, and even the highway is beautiful.
I've been to that area. I've been to the Deep South, and what they say about Southern hospitality is 100% true, isn't it?
It is true. We've tasted the food. We've listened to the music. We went to listen to a blues. It wasn't a band. It was just guys coming together to play at this famous place in downtown Jackson, and there were people from all over the world there. And there was a guy there performing who'd played with B.B. King back in the day. So a lot of history.
That must have been cool. Are the stories that you're going to be telling, are they panning out so far as you make these trips and make these arrangements? Are you glad that you've visited these areas and talked to these people?
Yeah, everything we've planned so far has come through. We have a South Carolina story and a North Carolina story, and the North Carolina story, one of them needs to happen before the South Carolina story. So it's kind of a logistical map issue. When you're traveling this far, you don't really want to double back.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to have to. But other than that, everything else is going according to plan.
Have you been in this geographic area? Have you been to the Deep South before? I know you've spent some time in Houston, but have you been to the Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana part of this country?
So my late husband had his double lung transplant at Birmingham at UAB. So I drove through Mississippi on our way there and spent those weeks in Birmingham, and reunited actually with the family yesterday who I met, and we became great friends spending our weeks in the ICU. They had a loved one there as well, and so they live in Mississippi, and they're coming with me to Birmingham. We leave tomorrow.
So that's your next stop, Birmingham, Alabama.
It is. I give 2 speeches there, one at a nurses conference and another just at UAB, and I'm not sure in what capacity yet. And then doing a book signing and participating in their donor awareness picnics. So they invite living donors, family who donated their loved ones' organs, and people who are recipients. They have a huge picnic there every year. It's Organ Donation Awareness Month, so it tracks about 2,000 people, I'm told. And they've invited us to come and park the camper in the middle of the park and get to meet and participate in some of these amazing stories.
And we're going to take a tour of Lisa's camper here in just a couple of minutes. One more question before we do that. When you give your speech, is it a kind of a stump speech that you always give and you just kind of tweak it a little bit compared to the audience, or do you do something original every time you go up and speak in front of a group of people?
I don't plan anything. I mean, I know that one's going to be about patient advocacy, so I kind of know what that story is for myself. And then the other will be about our story in general. I think the only talk I've ever really prepared for is the TED Talk. And I prepared a lot for that. I could give that right now to you if you wanted me to, and I would still know it. But otherwise, I just, it's just, I think of it like a conversation, and I'm given 20 or 30 minutes, and just depends on what they ask me to talk about.
So if you're ready to show us around your humble abode, let's take a look-see at what you've been calling home over the last.
Okay, so here is like the cabinet space back here, and I have my "Not all who wander are lost" quote there that I brought last time too, and I have some of my, things I like from home down there, pictures, quotes, things like that. I have that all over my house, and even a fun pillow says "My happy place." So this is like this is the area that you can sleep. You can break it down the table and make a big bed, but the backside is basically a twin. So I just sleep on the twin part. I don't break it down every day. It's too much. And then if I turn here, this is the kitchen area back there. So it's got a fridge and a sink, and then there is the bathroom. It's very close by. You see a flat screen TV there on the wall and an air conditioner. I've not used the flat screen TV at all, but I have used the air conditioner. Today, it's not needed. It's a beautiful day in Mississippi. It's probably 70 degrees and a light breeze, no humidity. So we are here at the right time of year. Next month, this time, different story. But I'll be in sunny, breezy Wenatchee by then.
That looks like, I'm comparing the trailer that you have this year to the trailer last year. This year's trailer looks pretty darn nice.
They were both nice. It's just the other one was basically a glamorous tent. Mm-hmm. It was the avoidance of a tent. It had a nice bed. It had an air conditioning. It had a TV. But I couldn't stand. I couldn't work. There wasn't a table. There was no shower, no bathroom. And it wasn't because that's all I was offered. I just didn't know what to ask for. So I thought, oh, that's cute. I'll take that. And then when I got back in Town Toyota said, well, let's do this again. What do you need? And I said, I need a bigger camper, please, with a bathroom, and let me stand up. And I need someone to film. So they accommodated both those wishes. There's one model bigger than this, I might have mentioned last week, that has a bed full time and a smaller kitchen area, a smaller table area. So for the next tour, I might even ask for a bigger ask, if that's a sentence.
You mentioned you have a cinematographer with you who's helping you put all of these stories together. What are his living arrangements?
The same.
Okay.
He has a trailer that's the boondock version, so it's kind of like more of a rugged, off-road kind of looking. It has a spare tire on the outside. It's just a different style. Mine has leather and it's called the Sofitel, and it's nice. And then he has Town Toyota sent out a 4Runner for him, and I have my Highlander that they sent out, and we're traveling in style, that's for sure.
And
I've learned a trick, because when I'm at gas stations or anywhere, we met a girl at the car wash and she wanted to see inside of it. And by now it's like my home, it's my bedroom. I don't really want people coming inside. And so what I do when we're driving is I'll pull the shades down so that if someone wants to look inside, they can peek in from the gas station, but I don't have to feel obligated to let them inside my 6-week home.
And it sounds like the car that they let you tow around it has the horsepower and the torque that you need to tow your trailer. So it sounds like you're having no problems at all towing this thing and driving it around.
Yeah, no problems whatsoever. And I have the whole sky roof. So not just a sunroof, but the whole top of the car I can, the sun, and it's just, I can't say enough about it. It's just been an amazing week so far. It's only been a week. It was a week on Monday.
So what's your itinerary? Walk us through today's Friday. When we talk to you next week, what would you have done over the week that's coming up?
All of the Birmingham. So I'm there for 3 days, and then Sunday we head to Atlanta area, and that's actually where Caleb's from, so he gets to see his family and sleep in his own bed, whatever. And I am determined to stay in this camper the whole time, just like I did last time, and I'm happy to do so. And then we head to South Carolina and North Carolina. I don't think we're going to stop in Florida. And that's more of a logistic issue. It's kind of like the last trip. I didn't stop in New Mexico. It just didn't work out for just the travel. The story that I was interested in is about 8 hours south, and it's too much. It's too far. And so I think we are going to bypass Florida and go, up the Carolinas and then over across and head to Nashville and Arkansas and Oklahoma and back down. We have 2 stories in Texas when we get back still.
You're going to discover something when you're in North Carolina. I've been there a number of times. The North Carolinians, the natives, never say north. It's just Carolina. You'll catch that on that one in a hurry.
Good to know. I want a good golf story. Can you hook me up with a good golf story?
Well, first of all, if you're going to be in the Carolinas, if you have a chance to go to the Grand Strand, which is the beaches that North and South Carolina, some of the most spectacular golf courses anywhere can be found there. There's about 150 golf courses between Wilmington and basically the South Carolina-Georgia border, and they're all spectacular. I got some doozy golf stories, but I can't tell them on television. Sorry.
We'd have to censor them. Yeah, I'm going to find a golf story. I follow golf a bit, and my dad is an avid daily golfer, and I think I can find something there. And that's what we're going to do. A couple of days of it is we might even go to a park and just talk to people and see, people end up coming up to us because, he has quite this camera set up. It's a spectacle itself, just like the car and the camper. And so we might just head in there and see what we can find, because we have a little lag between the next story. I also booked a really cool story in Nashville. Get to follow a musician around for the day.
You bring up an important point. I wanted to ask you this before we cut you loose, because we're almost out of time. Are you scheduling in some purposeful downtime to just be on vacation, just go to the beach and read a book, or just not have anything planned, nothing on an agenda for a couple of days?
The most we've done that is today.
Oh,
and
okay.
here I'm talking to you. So, there's just not a lot of downtime. It might be a half day here, or we drive 4 hours and then we, chill the rest of the evening. But even then, he's editing and I'm giving notes, and we're doing finals and exporting, the promo that we just shot. So there's not a lot of downtime, but we're going to take a little time in Nashville. And then a little time, he gets a day off in Atlanta, and he has something he needs to be back for. So we're cutting it by a couple of days. And I said, okay, I'll cut it by a couple of days if you're willing to. We have a contract with him for 60 hours a week, but I didn't want it to be based on days of the week, because it doesn't make sense to sit somewhere for 2 days and wait to go to the next story when we could just keep moving. Yeah. And he's 25 and eager, and he's like, just tell me where to go and we'll go, and we're good. So. Oh,
to be 25 again.
I know, right?
Lisa, we're almost out of time. But what's your road music? What do you got playing? What are you jamming as you're cruising?
I was listening to Eric Church this morning and Tom Petty. So those two on Pandora. It depends. If I'm chilling and I'm writing and I'm doing things like that, I usually listen to something chill. And if I need to wake up in the car, I've been listening to audibles in the car a lot. But I find that I have to listen to suspense books. Otherwise, I lose track. I don't pay attention. So I have to pay attention to the story. So I'm almost done with one book, and I'll start another one and keep going the rest of the trip.
Tom Petty is great road music. I mean, if anybody's running down a dream, it's you. So.
True.
So drive carefully.
Thanks for checking in. Thanks to Town Toyota for all their help and support. New camp. This camper's been amazing. I'm so happy. It feels like home. It really does. I crawl in here at night, and I'm happy to be here. I'm comfortable. I have radiant heat flooring in this thing. I know.
I don't even have that in my home.
I don't either. And it's a kind of a trickling sound. I know you don't hear it in a house because it's different. But here it's like a trickling. It's very soothing, kind of like those things you play to help you fall asleep.
Well,
you can hear the water.
Drive safely, have fun, and we'll check in with you next week, okay?
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Lise. Take care. We'll see you soon.
This is Kerry Condata from the 12th District. We are going in session with direct reports from your legislators in Olympia. We'll get the straight story every week. We'll add the national, state, and local news and have it all wrapped up for you right here on the 12th District. Check it out.
SkillSource specializes in assessing and guiding youth, adults, and laid-off workers who want to improve their skills. Here you can attend in-depth workshops to assess skills and interests, make career plans, and learn computer basics.
Learning centers provide eligible youth and adults individualized computer-assisted basic education. Vocational training is arranged with approved providers like community colleges or on the job with businesses.
Don't wait any longer. Let's get working on the future you've been dreaming about.
Hey everyone, did you know that the NCW Life channel is North Central Washington's go-to source for news? No matter how you prefer to view your news, NCW Life has you covered. Watch the evening news weeknights on TV, stream it, read it at ncwlife.com, or catch the latest news by following us on Facebook. Stay informed with local news, sports, weather, and shows featuring local people and events. NCW Life, a reflection and a spotlight of the communities we call home.
Choose the pros, Alignment Pros. When your vehicle needs brakes, shocks, struts, or alignment, choose the experts in their field. Alignment Pros and Express Lube with a 5-star rating. The work they perform on your vehicle is as impeccable as their shop. With state-of-the-art equipment, Alignment Pros can handle all large or small vehicles, specialty cars, lifted or lowered. Alignment Pros does them all. Keep your car in top shape at Alignment Pros and Express Lube in East Wenatchee.
And we are back here live from Studio 7 in downtown Wenatchee on this Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're going to touch on that weekend weather forecast, the wet weekend weather forecast here in just a couple of minutes. But some housekeeping chores I want to get out of the way while I'm thinking about it. Lots of people coming in next week. It's going to be a busy, busy week around here next week. Our friends from Guada will be dropping by. The big Flywheel Conference is coming up on April 18th. We'll talk about that with those folks. That'll be on Monday. Also, Lance and John, Lance Mers and John Fairbanks are City of Wenatchee Code Enforcement Officers. Their big free recycling event that the City of Wenatchee puts on for city residents is coming up soon. We'll talk about that next week. I got Paul Hughes coming in from Hospitality House. I got Darcy Christofferson from the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival going to drop by. Lots of things on next week's show. Lots of things going on this weekend, but there's a big event next weekend on April 20th. And that's the Chelan County Sheriff's Office, of course. They're teaming up once again with Pybus Public Market for the annual Canine and Wines event. And earlier this week, deputies Aaron Shepard and Mark Hegberg, along with Ruben, a canine drug-sniffing dog, dropped by this program to talk about canines and wines. Canines and Wines, third big year. You got some more wineries involved. You got sponsors I know you want to thank.
We do.
So it's going to be, again, Saturday the 13th at the local event center, Pybus Public Market. What exactly, people show up, I'm in, I want to go check this out. What happens?
Sure, it's free to the public, so that's first and foremost. We want people to interact and kind of understand that we serve the community. So these are, just dogs that you can approach, you can walk up to, you can talk to us. They're not vicious attack dogs that are just going to bite you right off the bat. They're nice, approachable dogs. It's free to the public, so we've got 3 wineries. We've got Bella Terraza, Chateau Fair Le Pont, and then Bergdorf Cellars that are going to be there. We also have glasses from Ogden Murphy Wallace that we've actually say Canines and Wines on it.
Cool.
So we're pretty proud of that. So we can you can come up, purchase a glass of wine, go up, talk with the dogs or talk with the people and the handlers. Also get a raffle and silent auction, so you can buy tickets and then purchase, go in and try to bid and win some prizes, some good stuff. So we've got memberships to local gyms, tons of restaurants. We've got lots of really, really good, outstanding prizes. So we're really proud of it.
What about food?
That unfortunately we didn't.
You're on your own on that one?
Yeah,
That's
we
cool.
tried that. We tried that last year, and it just didn't work.
That's
So we
understandable.
took what worked and what didn't work, and we kind of just tailored it to what was best suited for us. Plus, I didn't really want to sit there and try to serve 400, 500 people throughout the evening. So it was definitely something that I didn't want to do.
That's understandable completely. And of course, all the money is going to go to the Chelan County Sheriff's Office Canine Division. The dogs are expensive.
They are. Each dog, right off the bat, costs about $10,000, and that's to purchase a dog, to equip them. Everything you see on Ruben is, he's not even outfitted with all his gear. The canine cages, the train is huge. That costs a lot of money for us to go to and to keep up on our certifications and everything else like that. So it's a needed feature that we usually spend quite a bit of money just on training alone, as well as equipment. We go through leashes, we go through harnesses. Our dogs get into chewing stuff because that drive is so apparent that they will sit there and go nuts. So I've had my dog chew up my boots, his harnesses, I mean, you name it, he's chewed it up. So all the money goes directly towards the dogs. And purchase new equipment and everything else like that. So we're really excited for hopefully another good, outstanding turnout.
It's a really cool event. It's a really unique event, and as you saw there, it will be 1 week from tomorrow, Saturday the 13th, at the Local Events Center at the Pybus Public Market. We're going to take one more break, and when we come back, that all-important weekend weather forecast. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life Channel.
when you have to get there on time and looking good. Call Fast, Friendly, Reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Available 24/7, AC Checker Taxi has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee for your pre-booked call. Some conditions apply. Call 663-8294. AC Checker, 663-TAXI. Schedule your ride ASAP or book up to a year in advance online at azchecker.com. American Classic Checker Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old, fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
Welcome back to Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. What is Mother Nature have in store for all of us here in the Wenatchee Valley in north central Washington? She has rain coming our way. They're lined up and ready to go. A series of storm systems, not big dramatic storm systems, but they're packing quite a bit of rain. They're going to move through the area one after the other. So a mixture of periodic rain. The mountains are going to get some snow, but I'm talking above 4,000 feet, so the passes will be fine. Also breezy, could even see some thunderstorms, especially this afternoon and the early evening hours. Flooding not expected to be a problem. Of course, small streams are going to rise up a little bit, and if you live in an area where the drainage is poor to begin with, that could be a small issue. So for today, rain off and on throughout the course of the day, and then it switches over to showers. Again, there's even a chance of a thunderstorm between 2 and 5 this afternoon. Certainly going to be cloudy and a high of about 60 degrees. The rain tapers off tonight. The good news is that we need the rain. The bad news is that the heaviest rain is going to be during the daylight hours, and the lightest rain will be in the overnight hours. Sorry about that. 50% chance of rain tonight, mainly before 8 o'clock. Then we should dry out in the overnight hours, a little bit anyway. 38 for the overnight low. It's going to be breezy at times tonight, too. Saturday, quite a bit of rain, especially Saturday afternoon. That's the heaviest rain of this entire system systems, I should say, between today and Monday night. Heaviest rain is expected on Saturday afternoon. Saturday afternoon, it's going to rain pretty good. High of only 55. Could even see a 1/4 inch of rain on Saturday afternoon. That's a lot of rain for us. Saturday night, rain tapers off a little bit, but not much. Maybe another 1/10 of an inch of rain possible on Saturday. It's certainly cloudy. And 41 for the overnight low. Sunday, rain, mostly in the morning, it looks like. Looks like the rain will taper off by noon or 1 o'clock or so on Sunday afternoon. Certainly cloudy. As you can see there, we're not going to see a great deal of sun at all today, Saturday or Sunday. It'll peek behind the clouds occasionally, but that's really just about it. That parade of storms, that series of storms, are going to start leaving the area Monday into Monday night. So we'll have partly sunny skies by the time we get to Monday afternoon with a high of 61. And then a mixture of clouds and sun is the long-term forecast for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. There's still a lingering chance of the occasional shower, but that's so far out into the equation that they really don't, they're not venturing to guess, say, Wednesday and Thursday. They like to be a little bit more accurate on that. So again, rain today, off and on, intermittent showers, maybe a thunderstorm is possible late this afternoon into the early evening hours. We dry out a little bit tonight. We have more rain on Saturday, especially Saturday afternoon. It's also going to cool down. Look at that high of only 55 degrees, and then rain Saturday night a little bit, and then into Sunday morning, and then about noon on Sunday we should dry off. By Monday we should be okay, but get ready for wherever you go. If you're going to be outside, especially Saturday, you will want to pack an umbrella because it's going to be wet. Busy show for you next week. Lots of things going on. Our friends from Guada will be our guest on Monday to talk about the big Flywheel Investment Conference, which is coming up on April 18th. Our friends from Guada will be here on Monday. On Tuesday, it's Lance and John. They are the code enforcement officers for the city of Wenatchee, and they're going to be talking about the big free recycling event that the city of Wenatchee puts on every year for city residents. It's a huge event. It's a good chance for you to get rid of that stuff that is recyclable, and we'll talk about that with Lance and all the code enforcement things. They're great guys. They've been on the show before. We'll have Lance and John on Tuesday. Wednesday, live in this studio for her last visit before the 100th Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Darcy Christopherson will be here on Wednesday. Also, our friends from Hospitality House, Paul Hughes, will be dropping by. They got a big thing going on. It's going to be a busy week next week. Wherever you go this weekend, of course, we invite you to take us along. We're portable. We're streaming all the time. Everybody have a fantastic Friday and a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.